Um, okay, what's up, friend? Today, we got one of these. It is a First Alert safe I bought at Walmart. It was fairly cheap. It was on clearance for like $13, $12 American. Uh, it is a metal box. It's fairly secure. It's got two holes on the back and on the bottom to like drill it to shit. It's kind of beefy. It locks, so you can't get into it. Now, what do you get for a clearance safe for under $20? Let's find out. Now, the default code to all these is 159. So always try that first. I also lost the battery case. Don't mind that. Now, we lock it. You can also, comes with two keys. Where you can unlock it and then twist and then open. Yeah. Alright. Now, let's say you don't have the keys, you don't have the combination, and you want to get into this. And there's a few ways. You can check out Lockpick and Lawyer and get the little tool that costs like $20 to fuck up a tumbler lock. Bam, you're in. I don't have that. Can't do that. We can do destructive entry, which I will talk about in a second, but we're not going to do that. So, what do you got? Let's research this. We will cheat, we'll unlock it. And we will check this out. It's supposed to have a battery cover. I lost it. It's got two screws next to the bolts. The bolts come out. They lock into here. Now this is where it gets funny. So if you're watching this, I would actually have no idea why you're watching this. But anyways, if you're watching this, you might know about the magnet attack of these electro solenoid safety things. Okay, I gotta hang now. It's bugging me. Anyways, okay, nothing there. So if you take a magnet, you can take the solenoid and drop it like it's hot. Now this thing is slightly different. I'm not good at cracking safes. I tried it once with an ATM, blah blah. So we'll lock it. So it's locked right now. Alright. This is the solenoid. A little protruding object right here. It's got a magnetic. This thing, this little plate, is stopping. The solenoid is stopping the little plate from passing the thingies going on. Right. So, okay, things. Okay, yeah. So, can you press the solenoid down? Yeah, you can press it down, but it stops. It stops to a point where this will not go over there. Like, Alright, we gotta get deep on this. This is duct tape. That's not weed, it's actually a jar of mold. Do not open. Anyways, back to the demonstration. Get some tape. Tape it up. Okay. Alright, let's examine this mechanism right here. So, this is the battery pack. This little red button. Now you would enter a code with the keypad, and it would accept it, it would blink, blink, blah, blah, blah. Now if you push it twice, it'll bitch and reset it to the default factory code. That's not part of what we're doing right now. So how do these mechanics work? You might be asking yourself. Well, I'll tell you. You have the main control board right here. Underneath this board is a microprocessor and like some shit. Trust me, I looked, it's there. This ribbon cable goes to the keypad, the beep 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 thing. That's the beep 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 thing. This is the solenoid. It's covered in goo. This is the lock in case you batteries die or forget your password or it just doesn't work. Now this is the solenoid. And what's really cool or interesting about this, I need to find a probe. Most of these safe hacks with the solenoid use a magnet, so you suck the solenoid down and you can unlock it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you're watching the wrong video. This one doesn't go down all the way. Like, it goes down to there, okay? Which is new to me, because like there's some kind of locking mechanism, and I'm not taking it apart. Now, if you type in the code, it goes down all the way. And then you can twist it. Uh-oh. And then you can twist it, and this piece right here will slide over where that was blocking it, which will unlock the bar things that are just connected to a piece of metal. Flimsy metal. It looks good, but it's not. Alright. So that's one way to open it. If you lock it, it pops back up again. And once again, you cannot depress it to go all the way. Like it's blocking it. Number 2 way, let's say the battery dies, you forget your code, whatever, is the keyhole way. See, you got a key. This is the key on the other side. Put the key in the hole. Oh, it's gotta be a little. Oh, we will check that out later. It's a bypass. Okay. So anyways, that key bypasses that little lock thing, puts the thing back, and then you twist the handle. Bam. Unlock. Okay. You learned something new. Now it's locked. And that thing will not go in all the way. I'm gonna have to check that out. So, let's check it out. No, okay. Anyways. So I just learned something new today, which is the key bypassed the thing in the solenoid that made it go in all the way. Let's forget about that. So, alright, I guess we don't need this. We've discussed the electronics. We'll pretend everything's plugged in. So, let's get deep. Now, if you see here, this is made out of plastic. It's got a lynch pin, I believe it's called. We will take that handle off later. Let's inspect this little key mechanism that makes the solenoid unlock somehow together. Alright. This is the time out of the story. Alright. So if you recall, this thing presses on. Oh, snap. It's just a thing that, it's a mechanism that makes the solenoid goes down. And if this, when you insert the key into it, pushes down, would not activate it because it locks. That's really kind of smart. Alright. So you can't bypass it like with the magnet thing that you see on YouTube. Now, we're gonna just do a quick, we're gonna bypass that. Unlock it real quick. Alright, it worked. Okay. So, we're gonna do a quick thing right now. Now, if you really wanted to break into this, like, if for some reason there's like some contents that you really wanted, you got brute first because it's brute force. It's a metal box. Now, if you don't got brute and you got a saw, like a saw, you would just like cut through here because the hinge and the bolts, there's only 2 bolts holding it on. Like, so you could actually like drill like where the defect is. I didn't put that there, but that's probably well, like there's only 2 bolts holding on. That's destructive entry. For non-destructive entry, I tried picking it. I don't have one of those tumbler picks, so I said F it. Oh yeah, okay, so back to the story. Which is ways to get in this. So the quickest way to get into this that I would see, like, if you're just like doing smash and grab, is this is a plastic handle. Right here. Now, I don't want to really ruin it because like it's kind of neat to have and it's kind of fun. So, this is made out of plastic. It's got a lynch pin in it. If you just hold on 1 second, 2 seconds. This video is brought to you by some kind of alcohol. Okay, anyways. So this right here is the plastic handle that's on the outside. It's held on by one of these pins. They have a name. I don't know what it's called right now. We're gonna take the pin off just because, like, you can drill it. It's plastic. You probably break it with a force attack. I mean, like, this is not a safe. That's probably why they got it cleared off on clearance. Okay, so the handle just fell off. If you're looking what the handle looked like, it was the thing that was right there. Okay. So now we're gonna. Okay. Alright. And we're gonna pretend we just broke the handle off because it's a cheap piece of plastic. And it really is a cheap piece of plastic. I'm not kidding. Okay. So once you break the cheap piece of plastic off, like, what are you supposed to do? I actually don't remember. Okay, so that's the thing the cheap piece of plastic was meant to be on. I know I was going with this, but I think I lost my train of thought. Alright, we're just going to do with the key right now. And a screwdriver. Alright, I guess so. I guess my point was that if you broke the plastic handle off, this thing was attached to the piece of plastic that manipulates this thing. That also. Oh, so the solenoid would unlock, and some aren't working because we just force it. But if you can tell, this is like shit metal. Like, I'm gonna do a few things. Like, I mean, you don't really notice if you don't like take these apart. And this is broke, so no, like I just did. You would do that and just ram it around until it worked, and apparently it worked. Now what you would do is go up here and bend this Once you break it off, you bend this metal until, and then you just work, boom, unlocked. Like, don't keep your important shit in here. I mean, I will push it back because it's like neat. Like, I mean, like, if you don't know how to do it. I mean, you can drill the hole. You can get a sawzall and just cut it down here. You might even be able to take the keypad off and run high voltage through it and knock the solenoid up. I'm not going to try it. I don't have that equipment. I've seen it happen. But, like, it's pretty... Or you can drill the 2 bolts. It's not as safe as one of... It's probably why it was on sale. But anyways, I want to keep this because I want to store my super secret stuff in it. So I gotta put it back together. My LED bulb is making lines. So you got the handle. That's plastic and cheap as F. You got this thingy. That's a piece of metal. You got the... I think it's called a linchpin. We already know there's a secret trip wire underneath the solenoid, so we can just tap that like it's going on style. If I had a thing. No, I don't know. Thought it'd be better. So, anyways, yeah. If the handle was like made out of metal, the little piece we're assembling right now is made out of metal. This thing would actually be a little bit better. Not much, but like, I mean, you just gotta bust the plastic thing and you're into it. When the world falls apart. And then, alright, so I put the pin back, bend one end so it doesn't go out. If you might notice. Alright, that's back to normal. So let's move these big strong bolts that are attached to this cheap ass piece. I mean, technically you could drill 2 holes where 2 bolts are and just like hammer the fuck out of it. I mean, even if you like drywall, if you put in studs, a sledgehammer would get it off the wall. That's probably why it was on clearance. Anyways, back to the show. So, we got the button. This one is the password reset. This one is the power. Excuse me. Let's double check before we open it. Alright, it unlocks. Bam. Nope. If you put the case back, then unlock it. Alright, so that's that. Find the screws. Somewhere. Well, if you lose the screws, you don't win a consolation prize. It's back to normal. Default code 159. You can hit C or E, does not matter. Click. Well, we didn't screw it in, what it opened. Okay. If you're buying a safe and it costs less than $20, don't expect much. Alright, good night.